Kim Porter passed away on November 15th, 2018. There are definitely many suspicions surrounding her death. Guys, this is so weird. This woman goes on vacation for a month and then later she's dead from pneumonia? And to be honest guys, in fact, if it was just this illness, so-called pneumonia, why isn't all the information being released? And guys, I have been doing some digging, and due to my research, it appears that before Kim Porter took that trip to Africa, she tested negative for the flu and strep. So reports have it that the family attempted to wake up Kim, but she was non-responsive, and upon paramedics arriving at her home, she was pronounced dead. But remember guys, didn't P. Diddy say that Kim Porter told him to take care of her kids? And once again guys, they said she was found unresponsive. I think if there was some mystery or unsolved problem and somebody gave some unsatisfactory explanation, then we could claim just this: it creates more questions than answers, implying that the explanation is not sufficient or complete. We might be better off without this explanation, meaning that she was found in the home unresponsive. But remember guys, she was having a clear conversation with P. Diddy, according to him, meaning that someone found dead unresponsive in their own home. That means that they were left there alone and they were found by individuals. So how could she be found unresponsive if P. Diddy was there with her and she was telling him, P. Diddy, take care of our children? P. Diddy places himself right in Kim Porter's bedroom, right in front of her, before she died. And the reports go on to say that P. Diddy was very upset. And to be honest guys, it does not sound like he was grieving, because the very person that claims that she was sick for a couple of days prior to her death didn't get her any medical attention. And due to further research guys, a person suffering with pneumonia and they're about to pass away, they're very unable to speak because their lungs are filled with fluids. And in my opinion, if Kim Porter was having any conversation with P. Diddy, she would have told him, I can't breathe, call 911. And not to mention guys, P. Diddy took out a $200 million life insurance policy out on Kim Porter. And the investigative detective that arrived on the scene, he was questioned by the media and he was asked if P. Diddy was in the home when Kim Porter passed away. And he clearly declined to give an answer. So guys, I ask you this question. Now do you believe before I break this video down? Do we clearly have more questions than answers? And is there something more sinister at play here? Welcome to my channel. Please enjoy the video. Now remember guys, Kim Porter was in Africa supposedly for a whole month. She came back and then she died from pneumonia. About a week before her death, Porter had complained of a sore throat, which developed into a fever, 102 degrees, the coroner said. And once again guys, Kim Porter tested negative for the flu and strep. She was being treated for antibiotics and vitamins and a painkiller within a week of her death, and this was according to the authorities. So the question is guys, how did Kim Porter just all of a sudden just pass away? Now remember guys, Kim Porter tested negative for influenza and strep, and she was treated with those antibiotics. And just my opinion guys, if she was treated with antibiotics, that wasn't the cause of her death. And that's just my opinion. And it also seems and appears to be the opinion of the person who did her autopsy, because her death certificate says that her death was deferred. So who mainly came out and said that Kim Porter died from pneumonia, and then she died from cardiac arrest and flu-like symptoms? So the question is guys, who came out with this rumor or this supposed diagnosis before an autopsy was actually done? When a person dies of pneumonia, that would be placed on their death certificate. Why does Kim Porter's death certificate state that her death was deferred? And I do apologize, T-Sippers. I did place Kim's death certificate on my community post, and I'm sure you guys didn't know what that meant. I just wanted you guys to go over it and look at it with a clear eye. So I wanted you guys to know that during the death certificate, they will list the COD as deferred, in which that means that the coroner was awaiting or is awaiting for results of various tests, including toxicology reports, before proclaiming what killed whatever the patient's name was. So how was she diagnosed with pneumonia, cardiac arrest, and flu-like symptoms? And this was stated before her toxicology and autopsy reports were performed. And I just wanted you guys to know, A death certificate is an official document and is issued by the government and declares the cause of death, the location of death, the time of death, and some of the personal information about the deceased person. And guys, there are several reasons that a person needs to obtain a death certificate. Most oftentimes, you need legal proof for legal purposes. The reasons may include something like benefits, claiming life insurance policy, settlements, and estates. And let's not forget, guys, P. Diddy did claim a $200 million life insurance policy on Kim. And guys, due to my research, Kim Porter was in perfectly good health before her death. And I want to let you guys in on another secret. Government officials may need the death certificate to review the cause of death and during their investigations to determine if any foul play occurred. So why would they say to the media that Kim Porter's death was caused to flu-like symptoms, cardiac arrest, and pneumonia? And I want to let you guys in on a secret. Government officials may need the death certificate to determine and review the cause of death during their investigation, and they want to determine if any foul play was involved. Public health officials use death certificates to compile data on various statistics, including leading causes of death, public health policies, depending heavily on the mortality data from the death certificates, because they are the only source about the causes of death and the illnesses preceded in the death. Also, prior to issuing a certificate of death, authorities usually require a signature from a physician or a coroner, and they validate the cause of death and the identity of the deceased. Meaning, tea-sippers, that Kim Porter's cause of death has been deferred, meaning until certain tests are done, an official cause of death cannot be determined. Meaning, if her cause of death was determined to be pneumonia, flu-like symptoms, or even cardiac arrest, why wasn't that listed on her death certificate? Because we can clearly see, guys, her cause of death has been determined deferred. And seemingly, why didn't the family or P. Diddy wait around to see what actually killed Kim Porter? Instead, just 9 days after her death, she was buried. She had a whole funeral. And other questions linger in my mind. Who puts a $200 million life insurance policy on his baby mama? Well, P. Diddy, of course. And guys, I'm really passionate about posting about Kim Porter because P. Diddy did not treat her very well before she passed away. And I want you guys to listen. I want you guys to listen to an insider who has more information than I do about Kim Porter.
People, they see me talking out front, but y'all don't really know all the stuff that's going on in the back. You know, like all of these people are cowards. None of them, half of them, actually no, none of them would ever say any of this crap to my face. No, let me take that back. 85% of them would say half of this stuff to my face. You know, they wouldn't. 85% wouldn't. But there's always that 15% that be trying it. You know what I mean? And they need to get busted. Some people just got to get busted in their head, you know, before they realize that fat meat is greasy. You know, y'all wanted to know if fat meat was greasy, so I'm finna show y'all. I got a whole, like, turkey leg of fat meat. Like, I got a whole, like, the butt end of a brisket where all the fat is fat meat. I got all of that. Honeycomb, honeycomb, honeycomb. Now, you could have pulled your minions to the side and said, look, I don't know if you want to mess with her. We don't know what she got. So I'm going to tell you what I got. I think it was like 03. Yeah. It was right before me and Music Soul Child did the Grey Goose tour. There was a young woman, beautiful woman. She's a lawyer, or at least she was. She used to be an entertainment lawyer. I'm not going to say her name. The story is enough. Because I don't know. I hope I won't be putting her in danger. But she shouldn't have to feel afraid after all of these years. Almost 20 years, you know. But I had to give her a job. I shouldn't say I had to give her a job. I gave her a job working for me so she could find some safety. Because while she was working at BadBoy, because she was one of the lead counsels for BadBoy Entertainment, she witnessed something. She witnessed something that was disturbing to her. But what was really disturbing to her was the conversation that she had with Diddy after. See, Christopher Williams, I don't know, I guess he wanted to sign. I don't know what happened. But Puff was supposed to be giving him a demo deal, and he gave him a demo deal, and I guess it was supposed to turn into an album deal, which that never happened. But this young woman walked in to get approval on some paperwork. See? And when she walked in, the door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. And when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff. Now, from what she said to me, it was disturbing because, you know, they didn't stop. She just walked out, and she just kept her head down at the office the rest of the day, I believe it was. And I don't think it was at the end of business day that day, but I think it was the following day. He came into her office and was like, yeah, so you came in there, so what? What you gonna do? You gonna say something? And she was like, oh no, she was like, I just don't understand why you left the door unlocked. If you were in there doing that, why would you leave the door unlocked? He said, I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do in my building. And she was, I just don't know. He was like, it's power, see? I can make a man, he said, if I can make a man suck my dick, I can make people do anything for money. That's what you said, Puff, about Christopher Williams sucking your dick for a demo deal. And you cut him a check. And you chased that young woman out of New York, just like you tried to chase Wendy Williams out of New York. And she came to work for me. And I loved her working for me. And when she was finally cool and could find, you know, a good move to move forward, she did. She was with me for less than 6 months. But she was a wonderful woman. And she was a brilliant attorney. And she thought she was signing up for the ride of her life. You know, she's going to be, you know, head of legal at BadBoy Entertainment and be a female. Like, that was a big deal. Until she accidentally walked into her boss's, you know, office and caught him getting head from a movie star. Which he said was done for nothing more than an exercise of power. Because if he can make a man suck his dick, he can make anybody do anything. That's you, Puff. That's you, Honeycomb. That's why I call you Honeycomb. Because you smack so sweet. You chased that woman out of your offices because she saw you being you. And then you threatened to ruin her life. If she ever told anyone. But she did tell someone. She told me. And I've kept her secret all of these years. You better not try to do nothing to her either. Because she ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. It's not her fault you a sodomite. She ain't had nothing to do with you being no sodomite. Forcing men to do degrading acts just so you can prove how powerful you are. Take a fucking punch, bitch. Show people how powerful you are. I mean, from the way it sounds, what I'm saying shouldn't hurt you. You've been so cool with it for so long. What was that video you did? I can't even remember who it was with. Was it with Usher or something? And you was in a hotel room and you had a dildo in the bed and everybody was trying to skip past that part and you just had a dildo in the bed. What was you using it for? Who was you using it on? Was you using it on yourself? Did somebody else use it on you? Why are you doing videos in hotel rooms with dildos and men? Only men present. Because you're a sodomite. That's why. Like, I don't know if every man that's had a sexual dealing with you, if it's been consensual. You know, maybe you were holding some bad information over their head. Or maybe you had some bad information on their family. See, that's why I have exposed myself. That's why I have been transparent this entire time. Because y'all ain't going to use nothing that I done against me. I'ma blow me up. You should take a page out of my book. The truth will, it'll set you free. So yeah, Sean Combs, I'm charging you with sodomy. I'm charging you with being a divisive human being who will do anything for $1. I'm charging you with ruining multiple careers and with stealing great music away from the public so you can get rich off of trash. How many fucking great artists have you blocked? How many people have you called and paid money to sign people so that they could shelf them so your projects could go on through. Everybody in your pocket, Puff. Probably because you got one of their secrets. You probably about the only other person in the industry that got more secrets than me. And that's because you know Clive Davis, and we all know he has lots of secrets. Clearly, he trusts you. He stepped around Andre Harrell and gave you the keys to the kingdom. Andre was in line. But then again, you know, you had it in for Andre because Andre used to make you suck his dick. And Kim Porter had footage of it. I heard her whispering about it in the Kit Kat Club with somebody else. I ain't gonna say who. She was in the bathroom, getting high, talking about how she had you by the balls. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, she had that brand new Mercedes-Benz that Andre Harrell paid for. She got you good, Puff. I guess you finally got her back, huh? Right? You're alive and she's dead. You won. See, what Andre did to you, it could have stopped with him. But you like the power too much. So all you did was emulate what Andre Harrell did to you. See, you were a victim, and then you became a victimizer. And that's what you chose. You need to tell everybody the truth about why you never married Kim. Probably because she was blackmailing you. Because she had the goods on you. So did Nisha Battle. Nisha Battle had the goods on you too. There's a lot of chicks out there that got the goods on you. So, I am going to go to sleep with my gun, just in case shots start firing around here and I gotta bust back. I'm gonna give me some rest. But I promised that I was going to expose you if motherfuckers kept acting a fool on my page on you and your artist Mary J. Blige's behalf. So y'all did what y'all did, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and now I'm going to get some rest. But I will say this to you, Sean Combs. You might get me, but I got you first, bitch.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so when I'm dropping my new content, you guys will know. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.